Legionnaires of the Lariat. What's up? What's up, Steven? What's up?
Nothing
up?
Nothing is good.
What's up?
Nothing is good.
Oh man. Welcome back to another episode of I Still Call It a Lariat. I am your faithful host tonight, Mr. Showtime, Michael Wryght, and with me as always is my tag team partner, Steven Zapf. Steven, what's up?
Sad. I'm disappointed. Disassociated. I don't know. I'm all the disses.
I mean, I'll tell you what, this card that we have for Money in the Bank 2025 would be a lot better if there was a little bit more up. Just saying it out that way.
I'm just speaking truthfully.
Just putting some truth to the matter.
Maybe there should be some apples in there too. Nothing
but the truth. Yeah, here we are. We all know what we're referring to. We haven't really talked on our weekly shows. Sorry, my voice is a little froggy. The allergies have been terrible. But we have gotten the news that R-Truth was released for what seems to be no reason whatsoever, excluded from this. Though I have a great theory, Steven, is that we're going to have a brand new rookie on NXT. Ron the Truth Killings. He will be fresh off the boat or fresh on the mat, whatever you want to call that.
He's so young,
and he's so young. He's got a really bright future ahead of him. Let's see what K Quick. He was also K Quick, right?
K Quick and K Crush for a little while.
K Quick can bring to the wrestling world. I actually think that would be really funny, specifically because what we've heard is that he was let go to make room for younger talent, and then for him to show up on NXT as the rookie would be really, really funny.
That'd be so good. So you're not going along with the idea that like he's going to go to either TNA or AEW and like wander around thinking it's still WWE?
I heard that theory today. Him going to, I don't want to see him go to AEW. If he went back to TNA, I wouldn't be opposed to it, just because he has that legacy there. But I had heard it, and if he were to go up to Moxley and be like, "Hey, Dean, when did you get here? It's been a while. I haven't seen you. Cesaro, what's going on?"
Yeah, Mercedes and call her Sasha.
Yeah, like there's a lot of fun to be had there. Like calling Tony Nick.
Yep. Walking up to Nick Nemeth, calling him Dolph Ziggler.
That would be in TNA, of course.
TNA.
That one less fun. That's a less funny joke because there's so few of it. I feel like at this moment in time, it's just him really. But like I would love to see him go there and team back up with Nick Nemeth and like be a little bit more serious. If he goes to TNA, I want him to be a little more serious. Doesn't have to be serious, but like less goofy and more silly, fun, and good. Like let's actually have him win some matches. Not get absolutely smoked by Cena in a couple of minutes when I really wanted to see that match and enjoy it, and the way he got smoked by JC. So just saying, not what this show is about whatsoever, but we haven't talked to you guys in a while, and I had to just get that all off my chest. R-Truth, we absolutely love you. We've been big fans of you here at the show. I was even pitching not so long ago, you going on a world title run. Like, you're the one that saved wrestling. So this took me off. Very big surprise. But I will say, I think this card, particularly the men's Money in the Bank, might be better off if he was in this match.
Absolutely would be.
I think he would bring a air of levity. That outside chance of a winner, like, they wouldn't do that, would they?
There's no way.
There's no way. But they could. So that's the kind of what I would like to have seen there. But we are actually here to talk about 2025 Money in the Bank. Steven, what are you most excited for on the show?
I don't, you know what? This is kind of it. There's only 4 matches on this card. I wish there was like a tag team title match or something. We say that all the time, but I think in this case, the women's Money in the Bank is the one that has me most excited. Lyra and Becky could have been what got me most excited, but it's just like you say all the time, it's going to be over choreographed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that gets me like, and now I'm looking for it. and I can't look away. I feel like I've ruined it. Like she really just has to get away from it completely for it not to really just catch me off guard. I'm with you. I like to disagree with you, or not disagree with you, but pick something else. In this match, I can't because the women's match is by far what I'm most excited for. I think everyone should be really excited for the renaissance in women's wrestling in WWE that's about to break out. All of this talent from NXT that's coming up, the main stars that are here that are really, really good. The talent that is coming into NXT that will be quickly in WWE,
Mariah
Jordan
May.
Grace, Mariah May, it's like this is gonna be a loaded women's division. Like it is, like it's honestly it's better than the men's division. Like arguably the men's division is a bunch of old part timers at this moment in time. As I look up here and other people who I'm less than thrilled to
Hey,
kind of like be excited for.
you've got young up and comers like Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, who are both in their late 30s.
Yeah, right. Um, but then you have all this really good young women talent with the not so old, like Becky's like the oldest person, and she's younger than all of the men that we're talking about here.
She absolutely is.
So I think it's a completely different scenario, and I'm not trying to call Becky old. I'm just trying to make a point that she's older than all of the people we're talking about.
Her and Charlotte are like the two most experienced ones there, and they're still younger than
Rollins.
Pretty much everyone that's in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
They're probably older than Solo.
Maybe.
Older than Penta.
That's a big maybe. Also a big maybe.
El Grande.
We don't know. We don't know his age. We don't know who he is.
Definitely younger than Rollins and LA Knight. Yeah.
And Andrade.
And Andrade. Yeah. Sorry.
Or the same age as Andrade.
Easily overlooked.
I forgot to put him on the show doc originally.
Oh man. And this is the second year in a row he's done this, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's kick it off. I want to do the Money in the Banks a little bit differently. Usually we'll kind of talk about what we are excited about, who we think's going to win, but not really all that different, but just a little different. We're kind of talking about the validity of each person winning, because particularly for the women's match, I can see anyone winning right now. Like I really could.
I have my pick. I know who I think is going to win. But I'd also, I know Showtime, we talked about going over which title we think they're going to go after as well.
Sure. Let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with Alexa Bliss. I'll go a little bit first here because I could see, I could really see her winning this. I think she's up there. Maybe my top 2, top 3 of like chances to win this match, because what it does for her is it would, like, I would assume that she'd win this, quickly be lumped in with the Wyatt Six, and this kind of legitimizes that group a little bit. It kind of gives it a little bit of direction. It gives her a moment to actually come back rather than this, like, she'll be in Money in the Bank, and then maybe we'll see her at SummerSlam, and then maybe we'll see her at WrestleMania. Like, we don't need Alexa Bliss to be this part-timer in this way. If we're gonna get her back, let's get her back in a real fail swoop of things. So that's kind of where I see her fitting in. I could really see her taking that Money in the Bank, making the briefcase super creepy, and just carrying that around. Actually, carrying it around for a minute. I think that there's a lot of people in this match that might cash it in almost instantaneously. But if Alexa Bliss won this one, I think it's something she hangs on to be able to build that suspense, being in the dark, a little bit creepy, building up to that moment of when is she going to actually do it.
I agree with you. I agree with all of that. I also think that this year, I think the women's Money in the Bank, at least, if not both of them, are going to get held on to for a minute because they were both cashed in pretty quickly last year. Like, Tiffany held on to hers for a while, but not like super long. because it was. Did she cash in before the Rumble? I forget if she cashed in before or right after the Rumble.
Who's
Tiffany. She
Tiffany?
cashed in on Nia.
On Nia. I think it was before the Rumble because
I think she did
Nia
before the Rumble because then Nia did
in the Rumble.
Yeah, and then Nia did the Nia was in the Rumble, and then Nia did the Money in the the Saturday Night's Main Event against Rhea before she went back after Tiffany. So like even that, it's still not that long that she held it because last year Money in the Bank was actually later than this. I think it was another month or so. But I could see. I agree with you. I think Alexa winning the title is a legit, or winning the briefcase is a legitimate threat. I think she could hold it for a while. I think even when you're saying we need full-time Alexa Bliss, that doesn't mean she needs to wrestle every week.
Oh, not at all. I think like just be here on a consistent basis.
I think if she's there every week or at least every other week, and maybe even like does the playground bit again, or like some of the stuff she did with Bray, or the Taste of Bliss or whatever it was, or talk show was, any of that stuff, I think that would be great. I would like to see her. I'd like to see her with the Wyatt Six, but I'd also almost like to see her distance herself a little bit from. Like I don't think there's like a medium. I think you need to she either needs to be the full on leader of the Wyatt Six, and you need to acknowledge the fact that she's the leader, or she needs to be completely away from that group and start disassociating herself with it, like, and start doing Alexa Bliss stuff again.
Yeah, I don't think she could be the full-on leader of it because you got Uncle Howdy, and he's got to be at least a figurehead. But it being kind of co-run, I could see that going that route at least. But yes, I'm with you. I just want consistency. Like, don't bring her in for the big pop for her to come close but lose just to legitimize other people. If you're gonna use her to legitimize other people, then do that. That's not where we're at in this moment in time. I think like, what's the point of bringing her back at all then?
I agree, and I think if she goes with the Wyatt Six, I think she would actually win the cash in.
Yes, I think so too.
Or at least I think that's what should happen if she were to win and go with the Wyatt Six.
And who does she cash in on?
If she cashes in, I think she cashes in on Tiffany.
I think so too, but I'd rather see her cash in on Io.
I could see that. I think Io would be a better match. I think Alexa versus Io would be very similar to like Io versus Liv.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that, and it's a good match. I think we would get a better match.
I think we'll get a better match too, though. I say nothing bad about Liv Morgan anymore. She's completely won me over. What she's done on the mic, what she's doing in the ring, fantastic. I do think that Alexa is just a little bit more skilled in the ring.
Oh no, I mean I think we get a better match between Alexa and Io than we would get out of Alexa and Tiffany.
I think we also, yes, I agree with that, but I also think that we get a better match with Alexa and Io than Liv and Io.
I agree.
That was the point. Sorry, that's what I thought you meant. But all right, let's move on. Next participant, Roxanne Perez. Why don't you go for it, bud? I'm just looking at your doc. I'm just going from left to right.
Fair enough. So Roxanne Perez, I'm gonna bury the lead on this one. Roxanne Perez is my pick.
What?
Yeah, Roxanne Perez is my pick. I think Roxanne.
Tell me more.
I think Roxanne wins this. I think they want to push her. I think Roxanne holds on to this for a little while. And I'm going to say this. I think there's actually going to be a title change before Roxanne cashes in.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to work towards someone else that's in this match is going to win one of the women's titles. I don't know which one. I'm just I believe they're on Raw now, so I'm gonna go with that. They're gonna win the Raw Women's title. And believe it or not, the person I'm talking about is not Rhea Ripley. that's going to win the women's title. I think Stephanie Vakur is going to win the women's title, and Roxanne's going to cash in on her after she wins.
You've blown my mind hole here, sir. Because what I was going to say is, out of all of the people in this match, I think Roxanne Perez is the least likely to win this match.
Really?
Yeah. I think because she's so caught up in the Judgment Day storyline, the fact that the Judgment Day had the Money in the Bank all of last year, or like all of the year before,
All
with
of the year
Priest.
before.
That feels like it was last year, though. I mean, like that, he had the title for so long. That briefcase for so
The only thing
long.
that was longer than his Money in the Bank hold on was Travis Scott's walk to the ring at WrestleMania.
100%. And he's still holding on to that briefcase, I feel like.
I mean, Travis Scott is still walking to the ring.
Yeah, that's why you haven't seen him in a while. So God. I just don't think they're going to bring that storyline in at this point in time. If this was next year, maybe. I just think that they've been there and done that with the Judgment Day.
That's fair. I don't disagree with what you're saying. It's just it has the feels of that. I almost think that Roxanne is going to get pushed out of the Judgment Day storyline a little bit. I think it might be a little bit of where Dom cursed off Liv as a front. I think he might curse off Roxanne for real and really stay with Liv. Although it is Dom. He's
He's in a triple turn heel.
Triple turn heel. Like, what is it the mustache? Is it the mullet? I just don't know.
It's everything. It's the machismo.
Jeez. The Latino heat.
The Latino heat. He's just like his dad.
The good one.
The
obviously. Good dad.
We all know what I was talking about. All right, so moving on to the next participant here, we have Mommy herself, Rhea Ripley, I think the legitimizer in this match, like the person that really makes this match all come together. Like, without her, it feels a little mid-cardy or upper mid-cardy. She brings a lot of credibility to this match. She is a world title contender and not my pick to win this. I don't think she needs it. I agree. Like, she could be one of those people, like you said, like if the person gets this and there's a title change, she's already gotten her title match without the Money in the Bank because she's Rhea Bloody Ripley. I could see her winning this, which like going with like the Triple H approach. Rhea Ripley in the match. Rhea Ripley wins the match. It's a proven formula. So if she walks away with this, which is honestly, I think my second favorite to win this match. If she's in the match, she can easily win it. Cash it in. Maybe do like a call ahead cash in on Io, where it's not like she's sneaking up on her, but like, I won this SummerSlam, you versus me. Let's do it right.
I could see that scenario playing out. Rhea is actually one of my picks to absolutely not win this. And I think if she does win it, it's lazy. It's lazy storytelling. Yes. We have Rhea Ripley in the match. It's almost how, like Hound says, Charlotte wins lol. Like, it would be Rhea wins lol at this point. And I don't think it's a matter of Rhea wanting that as much as I don't think Rhea needs to be in the world title picture right now. Right now, I don't think she does. I think you can have her go off and do something with other people right now and build cool storylines that don't involve the women's championship, and Rhea is still going to be the star that she is. And it might build some other people up.
I can keep watching her lose to Io all day long. Like, the fact that she can't get a win over Io is the funniest thing. Like, I love it.
It's because Io's got the...
Yeah. She got the...
Which everyone's doing now.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And, like, she dominates everybody. but having that one person that she can't get one over on, and it's Io, I freaking love it.
She's got kryptonite. It's her kryptonite. It's
Yeah.
you know what? You and I are both sports fans, and I say it all the time in sports. And if you are going to try to make this as legitimate as possible in sports, you are what you are until you're not that thing anymore. Like if you can't win in the playoffs or you're bad in the playoffs, you're bad in the playoffs until you make it through the playoffs.
But she's already done it.
Yeah.
I think the difference is sports is built upon matchups. And a really good team can lose to a bad team if they know how to exploit their weaknesses. And that's more how I envision this kind of like
I could see that. Yeah.
Rio's Japanese style is just so different than Rhea's powerhouse, and she just cannot get a handle. Like, just not
Can't get
that.
a grasp on her.
Yeah.
Literally can't get a handle on her.
Yeah, exactly. So I just love that. But I think we both agree Rhea is probably not going to be the one that wins this. You'll think she wins it. She'll come close to winning it. And then maybe she does something epic to take herself out of the match. I hope she doesn't take herself all the way into the crowd and chokeslam somebody and eliminate herself from a match where there's multiple people in it, because that doesn't make any sense. Not that that just happened or anything. But
it. Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh.
All right. So, Steven, tell me, how does this work for Julia?
I don't think Julia wins this, unfortunately. I think Julia, as far as performers go, Julia and Stephanie Vakur are the two people that legitimize this match. They're going to be the people doing really, really cool stuff in this, especially Stephanie Vakur. I think Julia is going to hit different cool stuff than Stephanie's going to hit. Stephanie's going to hit the twisting moonsault off the top of the ladder, and Julia is going to hit like the arrivederci knee with the ladder wrapped around someone's head. It's going to be something along those lines. So I don't think that she wins this, but I think if she were to win this, she's been doing kind of it's a weird like her current character and the way that they're doing the story arc with her. It's like the middle ground of what Shinsuke Nakamura has been. Like it's the abstract artist style, like with the walkout and everything, but it's also a little shady and kind of the gritty fallen samurai that he was doing. So she's kind of right in the middle of that. I just don't think she's not my pick. And I think that this is just, it's too soon after the call up, which I know I'm saying that picking Roxanne Perez, but Julia was kind of, I feel like Julia and Stephanie are really, really random call ups where Roxanne was already getting integrated into the Raw story when they officially made her part of Raw.
Yeah, I agree with you. She is probably the least likely in my mind to win this. I know I said that about Roxanne. I just think Roxanne doesn't have a chance because she has a storyline that she's wrapped in and doesn't need this. The similar to the Rhea Ripley, except for Rhea in match, Rhea win match kind of thing. Julia, I think, is the other one. I think this is going to be one of those matches where they're trying to introduce people to the WWE audience for those people who don't watch NXT. So you're Roxanne Perez, Julia, Stephanie Vakur, those three coming out and having a fantastic match where everyone takes notice of them. That's really a big portion of this. Of this match and what it's supposed to do. That's why I think it's so rookie heavy, is to get those people all that spotlight all in one where they can really come to life. But I'm with you. I don't think Julia does it. But you know who I do think does it?
I knew that's where this is going.
The best dressed woman in wrestling. I think Naomi takes this down.
I've heard this rumor. I've heard a lot of people pick Naomi.
I'm just saying, I've made this mistake numerous times, and it's usually around Damian Priest. the person who's doing the best work should be the one that wins it. And I think right now Naomi's on absolute fire. And let me tell you how great that briefcase is gonna look with her carrying it around with her neon greens and pinks and caution tape.
And the caution tapes now and
like
the
the
razor blades in her hair
and shit. Like Naomi, I think deserves this. I know I've been critical of her, but it's always wrapped in. I wish she was a little bit faster. If she was, I think she'd be my favorite wrestler. Like that, and it's almost like it's always one of those things where it's like, oh, if you were just a little bit more, I would be all in. And that's that. I feel like that's the best critique you can get because the skill is there. She is absolute fire on the mic right now. Her versus Tiffany Stratton to get that title off of her. Nefarious means, I don't care. All wrapped up with Bianca, bring her into this conversation. I think Naomi, in my mind, is the clear choice for this win. Someone that will propel her to that world title for a longer time than kind of where she was like circulating a little bit with Bayley and Nia and that before.
So, as I said, I respectfully disagree with you on the Naomi thing. Although Naomi is like my number 2 choice right now. I put Naomi right now and Alexa tied for my number 2 picks.
I can see that.
I think there's a real good chance they go Naomi because she has been doing good work. But I will say this: the only reason why I think that Naomi maybe doesn't is there's still this little part that hasn't fully been tied up with her and Bianca and maybe her. Like, I don't know if Jade's even still involved in that whole schmoz, but it feels like that still hasn't been tied up just yet. So I could see that being part of the issue here. I think part of it is I would like to see her win. And I would also like to see Alexa win because I'm a big Alexa Bliss fan. But my thought process is still like I like the Roxanne idea, and I think she's gonna get pushed out. I think part of it might be she gets pushed out of Judgment Day, even though she gets the briefcase.
That's where you lose me is the Judgment Day. I think she's locked in that's going to be what takes up her time. I think they're going to continue to break up the Judgment Day for the next 3 years. This is the never-ending storyline, and honestly, I don't need it to end. People may just disappear, like Carlito. Like I don't think he's going to get a send-off. I don't think they're going to mention him ever again. He just one day didn't show up to work.
Just left his apple in the ring and went home.
I hope they always have an apple on like the bookshelf.
Yeah, like in the clubhouse.
Just a little homage to our fallen friend. But speaking of my number 2 pick, I know I said that I'm with you with Alexa. I think Stephanie Vakur is my top like call up to be the winner here, and really step up to like a kind of show up. I think she's the best wrestler of the NXT group. I think with this, if they were to be able to do Money in the Bank right, and I think she would be the one that be able to do that, where she can hold on to the briefcase for a while, but actually win matches along the way to legitimize her, which is the thing I always drives me crazy about Money in the Bank is I won Money in the Bank,
and now I'm on losing
everything forever, and then I get the title, but I haven't legitimized myself as a champion. I don't think that's how they handle Stephanie Vakur if she takes this down. And honestly, I think she probably goes after Io.
I think so too. First of all, that would be an awesome match. I'm in for that. I'm here for that.
Yep.
There is this part of me where, as much as I say, like Alexa and Naomi are my number 2s, and Roxanne is obviously my pick, and I'm not changing my pick. There is this part of me that just thinks that they're gonna let Stephanie win this. Like, it's a big part of me, actually. And I'm still not changing my pick because I stand by my thought process on this. But Stephanie, I'm still staying with what I said before. I think Stephanie's going to have the coolest moves of the match.
Mhm.
She's going to do that devil's kiss face smash thing on a ladder. She's gonna hit like a twisting moonsault through a table off a ladder or something like that. Like she's gonna do the real luchador stuff. And the only thing that I hope for Stephanie Vakur, and Hound and I have said this, I hope with being called up to the main roster, they figure out a different finisher for her. Her finish is like a double underhook. Actually, it's like a package pile driver, but instead of the pile driver, she drops him into like a neck breaker on her knee. And it's just, I've seen too many people slip through.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's a matter of her not being strong enough to hold them. I think a lot of it is she's done it on NXT, and some of the people are a little bit too new to know the jump right. But it's also a move that I don't see her hitting on Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on Raquel Rodriguez, on people like that. On Nia, I could see her, like I said, she does a sky twister press that's amazing. And if they can just keep breaking that out and it doesn't destroy her knees or anything like that, I think that's the best spot for her.
Yeah, I agree. I think that that all works. I think you do, like, it goes back to the Bam Bam Bigelow conversation, right? The Greetings from Asbury Park is one of the best finishers of all times. He went to WCW and he had to do that on massive human beings.
Yeah, on guys like Goldberg and stuff,
yeah.
like 295, 300, 400 pound dudes.
And it just ruined him. And not to say that this would do the same thing, but having someone her size working with people who are substantially bigger, yeah, it has to work, either for her health or for their health, or just for the suspension of disbelief. I think that all of those things need to just check those boxes. All right, so you have Roxanne Perez, and you're not changing your mind. I have Naomi.
Not changing my mind.
And I could change my mind. If I did change my mind, it would be to Stephanie Vakur. But I'm sticking with Naomi because I think she deserves it. She's on fire right now. And
I also like the fact that we have two different picks.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, I don't know. I don't think that's going to be the case for the next match. So moving on to the Intercontinental Championship, we have
Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Only title on the card. We have Lyra Valkyria defending her title versus Becky Lynch. Hollywood Becky Lynch. I just know she hates that, so I thought that was funny. In all honesty, this is part 2 of what I think is probably going to be part 3. In this moment in time, there's absolutely no reason for these two to be facing off if Becky Lynch doesn't win this. And like, we can go into this. I don't want to go too far down the road of just saying how it's going to be choreographed. It was last time. I expect this time every one of those matches look like that. I think it's going to be a good match. They'll hit their stride about a third of the way in. The second 2/3 of it will be great and probably really smooth. But whenever they start this off, it'll kind of go. But I'm going to take Becky for the win here. I think she could probably even hold on to this title for a little while. I think we get Bayley coming back soonish. And I think you'll get a part 3 of Lyra versus Becky, where I'll hold my judgment. Probably Becky wins that.
So I am going to agree with you that Becky Lynch does in fact win this. I agree with you that the beginning of this starts off super choreographed. I think there's also the point where I'm going to disagree with you, and it's only because of after watching the last match with them. I wouldn't be surprised if because of of it being so choreographed that the ending of the match, the latter portion of the match, still looks a little clunky. And I'm gonna say it, I'm not on the Lyra bandwagon. I don't see her as a star. I don't know. They're trying to make her a star, and I don't think this is not happening organically. I don't think the bird thing. Nothing about what she does, I think, is especially exciting. I think they had the opportunity. I think she was on fire last year during during the Queen of the Ring. And I
She
think
should have
that
won
was,
that.
yeah, and I think that was working then. And then she lost, and they did nothing with her for months.
Now threw her in a threesome.
It was just bad. And like now I don't I feel like I'm saying this. I'm repeating myself on a lot of people with this, even though I haven't said it on this show or on this recording, but I've said it on the past couple of shows that I've recorded. I just don't care about her, and I don't see how you're gonna make me care about her because
The
we've gone so far down the rabbit hole that like I just don't care.
I think she's very talented. I dig the look. I think if she can get rid of this choreographed image in my mind, I'd probably be relatively in. I wouldn't say all in. She wouldn't be my favorite, but she wouldn't be my least favorite. I just have a hard time believing that she's going to be able to stand out with the likes of Stephanie Vakur, Julia, Roxanne Perez, all the other women that we talked about earlier, Mariah May, like all the people coming out of NXT over the next year,
Yeah, Jordan
a couple
Grace,
months. Jordan
all these
Grace,
people.
put her up against Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, these other people. I just don't see her standing out in those where she's going to find herself in the mid card, probably pretty happy for a good long time. Like she really, like in order for this to really work for her, I think she needs to beat Becky pretty resoundingly in this match. It's like be
I
legit.
agree, and I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so.
And the other thing is if they don't make a change, a relative change with her, kind of what you were saying to piggyback off of her being in the mid card for the next couple of years, even if she's good and they keep her around, and with WWE showing that they are getting rid of some of the older talent that's been on contract for a while, just even if it's just not renewing contract, I'll tell you who she's going to become. She's the younger Natalia. I'm going to put on I'm going to put on a decent match. I'm going to be here for 15 years. I'm going to win one title.
Yeah, I can see that. Although Natalia at least had the heart background.
She had the heart background, but I mean, I'm not trying to bash on Natalia, but realistically, over the course of her damn near 20-year career just in WWE at this point, what has she done?
Uh-huh.
She has, I think, one women's world title and maybe like 2 or 3 tag team titles.
Outside WWE, she's a powerhouse. She's fantastic. I love seeing her.
She's doing great stuff in GCW.
Yeah,
she's pushing fans in the NWA.
Like that, I'm all for that. If she does that here, I think she'd be really over.
But I think Lyra falls into that that area.
The fact, to go back a second, the fact that Chelsea Green isn't in the women's Money in the Bank is a shame.
I think she's injured.
Is that what you think it is?
I think they don't want to take the chance. She has a legitimate broken nose.
I love it already. The sign, the pictures of her in front of her own face is fantastic. Sorry, I can't go show without bringing up R-Truth and Chelsea Green. It's just what I do.
I mean, they both should be on this show, but like I said, I think that might be a more calculated decision on this one. They broke her nose at Saturday Night's Main Event, and it's weird because you see one of the things you and I constantly joke about is ding fries are done, like these crazy moves that like people are breaking their necks off of. And the thing she broke her nose on was Zelina Vega going for that 619, not being able to rotate all the way. And it was literally, she just flapped her foot out like this and caught her. And then all of a sudden you saw like her face just loaded with blood.
It's unfortunate, but I don't know. I want more Chelsea. So I'm going to just kind of cap out Lyra and Becky Lynch. I think we said everything we need to say. The man takes this. I agree with you. Let's move on to the biggest waste of an appearance I've ever seen in my entire life, because we have so few uh, matches left and appearances left with John Cena, and we get this tag team match with Logan Paul, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Both world champions, super cool. Happy Cody's back. I'd much rather see this be John Cena versus anybody. Like, if we're gonna get this reunion tour, his his matches have been a little lackluster, and this is just another one of those. I don't know. Like, yeah, he is ruining wrestling, and not in kayfabe. Like, it's just like,
No, and he's with another guy that's kind of ruining wrestling.
Yeah, like, it's, I don't know. Why don't you take this one? Just
so I'm gonna ask you this one, Showtime. Karrion Kross posted a video because apparently there's been some shade, as the kids say, or do they still say that word? I don't know, but thrown back and forth between Mr. Paul, Logan, if you will, not Heyman, and Kross, because according to Logan Paul, he thinks that the locker room hates him because he hasn't paid dues and things along those lines. And Kross kind of came out and was like, well, that's not why we all hate you. We hate you because you're taking our spot and you're only here part-time. Like, it's like you're taking the spot of somebody who's doing more.
He's also a turd. Like,
and he's a turd. Yeah. And like, as a human, he's a terrible person. So, like, and I don't mean gimmick kayfabe wise. I mean, in humanity, he is not a good human. I actually like his brother a lot more than him. I think his brother might actually be a decent person at the end of the day. He just happens to know what buttons to push to make money. Cena is doing his damnedest to just ruin everything. Just everything.
I don't get this at all. And I said it when they turned him heel.
The heel is the turn no one wanted.
It's the turn we wanted it 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense now. And like,
and I don't know how they turn them back at this point.
You finally, it's easy. Half the crowd is cheering for him anyway. It'll just be a quick Band-Aid rip anyway. I don't know, him versus The Rock. Is that the 8-minute match that no one wants now too? I don't know.
So thrice in a lifetime?
Yeah, which is funny. Like, that's funny. But just looking at like what he's doing right now, I like his promos. I love how his face looks so different. Like, he's almost a different person when he's mean. It's like a whole different face.
He looks like what's his face? Ernest. Ernest Goes to Camp.
He does kind of look like Ernest, but Ernest was always happy.
He looks like when they had the twin version of him that was in jail.
Oh yes, I do remember that. I don't know. Like, it's just not all that. Like, let's let everyone just lean into the unbridled joy that was John Cena during this run. That made way more sense than what's happening right now. And I'm excited for Cody versus Cena again. But like, I just don't know. Like, this isn't the match I want to see. Like, I'd rather this be Cena versus Punk, Cena versus Rollins, Cena versus Roman, Cena versus fill in the blank, Karrion Kross. Let's see. On this card, I would love to see Cena versus, I don't know. Cena versus Uso. I mean, you'll probably get Cena versus Jey Uso at Crown Jewel.
No, because Crown Jewel's gonna not. It's I maybe, I don't know, because Crown Jewel isn't in Saudi this year.
I get that, but like, do they still do champion versus champions? They started that last year at Crown Jewel.
I don't remember. Let's check the interwebs real quick and see when Crown Jewel actually is, because if Crown Jewel is before SummerSlam, I don't think we see. No, so Crown Jewel's not till October. I don't know if we're going to see Cena hold this title till October.
Fair.
At this point, the way things are going and the amount of appearances that he has left and whatnot. And do you not have Cody go after Cena at SummerSlam?
You do, and I don't know how he loses that match outside of like The Rock interfering, and we get Cody versus The Rock.
The other match we don't really want.
No, I wanted it before. Like now it doesn't make sense.
Now it doesn't make any sense.
I really wanted that match. That match would have been fun. It's just too little, too late now. What do you got here, Steven? Who do you think walks home the winner between this? Because I'm stuck. I actually don't know. I know what wrestling math says on one side versus the other side, but it almost nets to zero.
I think Cody and Jay win this. I'm going Cody and Jay. I'm reserving the right that just before this PLE, I change it because I think this has no contest written all over it.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like it really does, and I could see like Friday night me being like texting you like I'm changing it to no contest.
I could see this being a double disqualification. Maybe somebody else comes out. Hell, R-Truth can come out and cause a double disqualification for some reason, thinking he's still under contract.
Perfect.
Well, he would still be under contract because he wasn't released. He was told that his contract was not being renewed.
Yes, but I think his contract is already up.
Is it already up? You sure?
So Carlito had a few weeks left on his contract.
Yeah, he had 2 weeks left.
And I think R-Truth's contract he was at the contract point. Like the theory is that Cena gave Truth the match with him to try to show them that he could, that he was worth it to renew. But at the same time, then he put on a terrible match with R-Truth. And it did not have the same effect that I think he wanted to have, or that he convinced everyone that he wanted it to have.
Though I did hear the Bully Ray, he had said what he wants Cena to do is come out and say, R-Truth was getting in the way. He was annoying. He overstayed his welcome. I called The Rock and I had him fired.
See, I like that one too.
That's heat. That's immediate heat. Everyone loses their mind.
Everyone will be so mad. But yeah, for right now, I'm sticking with the baby faces winning right now. If it's not a no contest, because Cody, again, wrestling math says Cody needs to win this one against Cena. And then truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if Cody loses what would, I guess, be considered the rubber match against Cena.
That wouldn't be the rubber match.
It's not a real rubber match, but in their
one-on-ones.
In their stupid logic, they would think it was.
I can't see Cody losing his first match back.
That's the other part of this.
Cena will not be pinned. And I can see through nefarious means Cena winning this, either pinning Jay or Paul losing. I could see Cena leaving Paul hanging out to dry. Like, he doesn't care that he won this match or not. Like, this isn't a title match. I don't care. All I care about is ruining wrestling and taking this belt home with me. I can see him straight up walking out of the match.
I can see that.
So I'll go yeet with you. But also, honestly, if you go no TQ, I might do the same thing.
No contest.
So, like, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, that's the one thing that kind of makes the most sense is the no contest in that moment.
Is the no contest. Is all of them just go, like, even if it's something where just all of them fight outside and everything just gets thrown into a schmoz at some point.
Yeah.
I could see that one being the case too. Like, Logan and Logan Paul and Jey Uso fighting to the back, and then Cody and Cena fighting into the crowd or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody eventually hitting like the crossroads on like a table on or in the announce table or something like that, something along those lines. And then he stands and does his Cody pose.
Yeah, while the crowd half chants for him and half chants for Cena.
Yeah,
Biggest heels, the fans.
biggest heels.
So, all right. So moving on to the main event, I think maybe this starts. I don't know. I would
Who
love to see
knows?
the women's one main event. That'd be cool.
I think the women's one is the better match.
Agreed. So we have Solo Sikoa versus L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and the large coffee El Grande Americana.
The gloat.
Man, what a lineup. I'm gonna do the same thing, Steven. I'm gonna go left to right on your thing here, just kind of how I announced it. I'll jump in right away, and if there's any way to get Solo Sikoa back into a serious conversation as a contender, as a threat, it's by winning this. And I could see him kind of coming out and even losing a bunch of matches, like the normal kind of equation for Money in the Bank, where he kind of loses a couple matches, or he only wins them because of JC or for other bloodline members, like whatever's left of the bloodline. And if they want to just try one more time with Solo, I could see him taking this down. It's not my pick, but that's the justification I could see there. And if he cashes it in, he cashes it on Oos.
I could see that. Okay, I could definitely see that. I agree with you. I don't think it's Solo. Although I also agree with you that the only way to get Solo back to what the island, I'll harken back to it. The island of relevancy would be to win this. I think Solo has been so overshadowed by Jacob at this point and booked so poorly for a year. Basically, since last year's Mania, he's been booked terribly.
Yeah. He needed to be a legitimate threat to Cody to stay there, and they didn't. They used him to put Cody over. And I'm not saying it was the wrong move, but that's what would happen.
I think it would have been again, hindsight's 2020 at this point. I think Solo taking over the bloodline the way he did, he used way too much comedy in his stuff. And I said it while it was happening. If for the majority of Roman's bloodline tribal chief run, Solo didn't talk. I would almost have rathered him taken over and still had barely talked. I think it would have kept him more threatening at that point. And I think, and again, this is something that we know now because it's a year later and we saw the way it played out and it didn't play out the way it should have. And I don't know, when was the last time Solo won a match realistically?
Yeah.
I think I heard someone on a different podcast say that like in the last year he's won like 4 matches or something like that, or like 4 televised matches, or since the start of the new year he's had 11 matches and won like 2 of them. I don't know. I like I said, it shouldn't be Solo unless that is the path that they're taking.
I'm not saying it shouldn't be. I'm just saying that's the path.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know who I'm picking in this lineup right now. But I know it's not Solo.
I'm down to 2. And why don't you go next with Mr. L.A. Knight?
Yeah. No. No, it's not him. LA Knight has not done. We can blame booking. We can blame whatever it is. It might be booking, and I'm not saying it's not booking. I'm not saying that they didn't book him into. They didn't paint him into the corner with his booking. His U.S. title run has been or was and it was bad booking. They didn't give him someone like a Jacob Fatu until the end. I think that we said it. The stuff with him and Andrade and Carmelo was ungood. It was just it was they were good matches, but I don't need good matches. I needed LA Knight to show that he was a star. And don't get me wrong, he's still over enough.
Mm-hmm.
He's still getting and LA Knight and let me talk, like all of it's still over. But I think his world is you've said it. I think his world is the U.S. title at this point. I don't even think it's the intercontinental title. I think it's specifically the U.S. title.
Yeah, the whole purpose of giving him the U.S. title is to see if he can beat the guy. And if he did enough in the eyes of the brass to be the guy, I could see him winning this match. I don't think he did. I don't see him going up against Cena or Jey Uso and winning this belt. I don't see, with the people that are hovering around the belt right now, I don't see his way in. I don't see him taking over Rollins or Punk. I don't see him overtaking Rhodes. Like, you put him in there with McIntyre. I know who's out right now, but McIntyre takes him down. Hell, I think Priest takes him down. I don't buy it yet. Maybe he does need the Intercontinental title. Maybe that will help him propel him to that level, give him the next title up, let him do the walk, the way some people do from the U.S. title to the IC title to the world title. But I don't buy it. If he does cash it in, I find it hard to see him cashing in on Cena. I think it's another Oos thing, just because that kind of
or
makes a little
whoever,
more sense.
or if Usos lost the title by then.
Yeah, it's a Gunter.
I don't know. I feel like, and again, I'm looking at this as he's the only real babyface in this match. He's the only real one. So, I mean, it's the only reason why.
Technically a babyface, right?
Oh, yeah, true. I don't think he's winning. So that's why I'm saying and even Penta is, like, he's a babyface right now, but it's so easy to flip flop Penta into whatever you need him to be because he's Penta. As long as he goes 0 Miro, we're all good. And then, but I don't know. I don't see it being LA Knight, and LA Knight is not the guy. I think my big issue with all of this is everyone that's involved in this match is not someone that I see ending Cena's 17th record-breaking title run. And I want, even if it's not going to happen, I want the illusion that it will.
There's one person that could do that. They're not the next one. But at the same time, that's what the Money in the Bank's all about, right? After Cena went 10 rounds with Cody, Penta comes out of nowhere and takes the belt off of him. Like, that's the saving grace. That's kind of what I want this Money in the Bank to be, is you hold on to it to the very last second. Cena makes his last thing. No one beat me. I'm retiring with the belt. This is my last appearance. There's nothing any of you can do about it. And then
Passion.
LA Knight's music hits. Like, that's kind of what I want to have. I think that's a good story in this situation. I think heel Cena goes too long in that scenario, and I'm already over it. But that's how it is. But I'm with you. I don't think Penta is that guy yet either. I think he is clearly the guy for the big high spots in this. He's the Mark Briscoe. He's the guy to do a couple crazy things, make everyone go ooh and ah. He's going to figure out how to pile drive 5 other people at once, or whatever it is, a Mexican destroyer. Again, it's 5 people. So many bodies just everywhere. But I don't
So
think
much
Penta
smoking.
goes that way. I think they're going to start gearing up Penta to bring back the Lucha Bros. Though in that there's the tag division is getting good. It's getting exciting right now. And
I mean, they're finally doing some stuff.
yeah, but it all seems like it's on one brand and not the other one. So, but I'm with you. I don't see Penta taking this one down. He's going to be fun in this match. I'm actually happy he's in this match. Like I'm kind of pumped that Solo's in this match. To be honest with you, like the fact that they're going to do something with him, it's him and it's not Jacob, it's not JC. Like I like that. That's almost some of the reason why I think he could win this is he has that back. It gives him a purpose, and he's the one in the match. Why is he in this match if he isn't a contender? Whereas there's other people in this match that are there for their high spots and to make the match better. I don't think he's there to make the match incredibly better. He's there to be the one that could win it. And that's kind of how I look at Solo on that front. But moving on to one of my finalists, let's call him that. The one that is head and shoulders above everybody else. The only one that I could see cashing in on John Cena, to be honest with you, but at the same time,
I don't think he does.
probably cashes in on Uso. And that's Seth frickin' Rollins. What do you think about Seth?
All right. The whole roster for this, the whole roll call for this match, Solo, LA, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, the Gloat, El Grande Americano. This is like, tell me Seth Rollins is winning without telling me Seth Rollins is winning. And I know I said we should see the title, like the briefcase get held for a little while from both sides. I could see Seth. I could see the men going first, Cody and Jay ending the night, and Seth coming out and cashing in on Jay right now, winning the title, and going in, and Seth Rollins is the world champion going into SummerSlam and stuff like that. Because realistically, going into a show like SummerSlam, which is, I'm going to say it, I think SummerSlam's their number 2 show. It's Mania, then SummerSlam, and then probably Rumble is number 3. You want the stars guaranteed on that one. And I could see Rollins cashing in now, Jay going after Rollins for the title at SummerSlam, but Rollins already being the champion at that point, and Jay losing. Because I said it when he won this, Jay doesn't need a long world title run with this. Couple months will do you for Jay's title run. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm not even picking a winner until we go over everybody, but I think that kind of tracks, and it would be something that Rollins can rub into other people's faces, because Drew, who it seems like Drew and Seth still don't get along, he can be like, last guy that tried to do what I just did, cash in on the same night, lost.
Yeah.
And he like, I think he's that would be him being the only other 2-time cash-in winner. Like there's only like 2, maybe, or 3. I think Edge is a 2-time cash-in winner, Punk is a 2-time cash-in winner, and then Rollins. And then you can have, or that kind of adds more to the Rollins and Punk storyline too.
This match could be so star-studded. Honestly, I wish that Cena was in this match. So he could, I think I said this in the show before.
So that you can go after the World Heavyweight title?
No, so I mean, that would be great. But so he could stop someone from cashing.
So he can protect his belt.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I'm taking this with me. And the best way to do that is take away the money in the bank from somebody else to cash in after I'm down and out. Like, that is cerebral kind of stuff. Cody could be in this match. Even Logan Paul. I'll take Logan Paul
I think
over
Logan
some of
Paul
these
could be in
guys.
this match. I think there's a lot of people that could be in this match. I said it before. I think Sami Zayn could be in this match.
Yeah. So Seth Rollins, I'm with you, is one of those guys. He's one of my finalists, I think, for to win this match. And it makes sense. Though I don't think he cashes in on Uso right away because Gunther is the number one contender right now.
That's fair.
And so, I think that's the blocker in that situation.
They wait until that match happens at least.
Yeah, and I can also I can see him cashing in at the end of that match. And then the other thing is I can also see CM Punk coming out and doing a CM Punk thing and stopping Seth from winning.
That was the other thing I was thinking is someone might come out and stop Seth.
Yeah.
The other guys don't have that quirk about them. There's no one that's going to come out and try to stop them, which also has me leaning a little bit in that Solo direction that you were bringing up. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm going to listen to both of our points for all of these guys and see if I can decipher who I'm going to pick at the end of all of this, because out of these 6 guys, outside of Rollins, none of them make sense.
I may have talked myself into Solo.
You may have talked me into Solo at this point. That's the thing.
I came in this not thinking about him at all, but that almost and you could have multiple people come down. You could have the Tongas come back and help as well.
I was gonna say, Tonga Loa might be healthy by now.
Yeah, it's
so he can get hurt again.
It's close. But do you know who I don't think has a snowball chance in hell of winning this match?
The next guy you're going to talk about?
It's Andrade. I'm not even sure why he's in this match at this point in time. He's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. There's been no build for him. There's nothing going on at this moment in time. I just don't. I don't get it. This should be Karrion Kross.
This should be Karrion Kross. And if Kross was in this, I would be picking Kross and saying, and when he didn't win it, I'd say that was them dropping the ball with Karrion Kross again.
There is so many people that can fit that Andrade role. This could be Sammy.
Why isn't AJ Styles in this?
Yeah, why isn't AJ?
You could have an AJ Styles in this. Have AJ. Yeah, have AJ and Kross involved in the match, and after AJ wins it, then you can have him say, "Well, I thought I wasn't the best."
This could be Finn. This could
have been JD. I would have taken JD McDonough at this point.
Yeah.
And I would have picked him at that point.
And sorry, I don't mean to go too hard on Andrade. He doesn't deserve that. But I just don't think anyone's put anything into him at this point in time.
I feel like no one thought about this match whatsoever.
No. So I'll leave Andrade there. But
yeah. I wish someone had left him somewhere else at this point.
The other person that I could really see winning this match is the large coffee. Is El Grande Americano.
I'm sitting there with you on that.
Coming in, my 2 finalists were Rollins and El Grande. Though I did talk I've talked myself much closer to Solo than I ever would have expected. The El Grande, he has the opportunity here to do this and then cash this in, not on Cena and not on Jey Uso.
AAA.
And cash this in AAA.
So the crazy part is during this weekend, El Grande Americano, the greatest luchador of all time, the Gloat, is on Money in the Bank, and Chad Gable, the Olympian, is on Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
It's insane. And El Grande borrowed Chad Gable's boots the other day. He's stretching them out.
I saw that. Yeah, his feet were way too big for those boots.
Chad even said he stretched out his boots. I mean, it's cool because he won his way in. So I'm sure the winner's share of the purse was good enough to buy new boots for Chad Gable.
I can see this. This is what I've been calling for months. Maybe not months, but for weeks, of El Grande going down to AAA and being an absolute nuisance.
And just being terrible.
Yeah, and just be the worst. And cashing in down there, man, does that make him the worst.
So I will give you the exact way that El Grande wins this. He's gonna be on the top. You're gonna think that LA Knight is gonna win this because he's the only real baby face here. And while he's up there, El Grande is gonna nail him with the loaded mask. And he's gonna go down and he's gonna grab the briefcase. It's the best scenario.
After Punk takes down Seth.
Yeah, Punk is gonna go after Seth, or Sammy's gonna go after Seth, or something like that. Like Punk and Sammy and Seth and the Bronze are gonna get into it.
Andrade and Penta are gonna eliminate each other.
Yep. Solo.
He's still there. I could see Solo winning this match.
I'm actually starting to lean towards Solo at this point. I don't know. The smart logic is Mr. Rollins.
Rollins is the clear winner here.
Is like the clear winner. But truthfully, if he does win, it's just lazy booking.
Don't say that word around me.
What's that?
Truth. Come on, man. It's too soon.
Sorry. I'm sorry. But if Rollins wins, it's just lazy booking at that point. Like it's bad. It's lazy storytelling. Solo winning, I think you've talked me into Solo at this point.
I talked me into Solo.
Because El Grande, as great as it would be, him winning like the AAA Mega Championship, he doesn't need to cash in for that. He's on a winning streak already.
Yeah.
All he needs to do is beat the crap out of El Vikingo again.
I caught myself when I said the words, I don't see why El Solo is in this match other than the twin. Like, him being here makes no other sense.
I think Solo wins this.
Because I could see the Bronze coming down, Seth getting taken out, Andrade.
The only other thing I could possibly see, and I could see it not being a day of. I know we said if someone gets injured and them doing like having to do a last minute replacement. I don't think it's going to be a last minute replacement as much as I could see someone getting hurt on like early Friday night for SmackDown, and they have to do a last minute last chance battle royal on Friday, and then someone gets that chance. In which case, sorry, Andrade, that's you, buddy.
Yeah.
Andrade's getting hurt. And
I can see it also being LA Knight. I can see it being Penta. Like, it's not guaranteed Andrade, but he definitely feels like the fish out of water here.
It's Andrade. If someone's getting hurt in this, it's either going to be Andrade, or Andrade and Penta are going to get into it, and they're going to somehow eliminate each other, and we're going to have to figure out two people.
I
could see two people getting eliminated from this, and we have to find two whole new people.
We just did this with Bayley. We just did this with Naomi in the Elimination Chamber. Enough's enough, man. Like, can't keep going to the well. They're talking about lazy booking. If you wanted AJ Styles in this match, you should have just put him in here.
Just put AJ in there.
There's like no one. There's no one that makes sense to getting added this in like a last chance battle royal, except for R-Truth, and it's all
Except
just
for
one big work.
It'd be amazing.
Worky McWorkface right there.
They lose both their spots, and the whole work is just to get R-Truth and Carlito in it.
I don't think you can get both of them in here, but I could see Truth. Like, you see him in the crowd, and like he just enters the thing.
And tosses somebody out.
Yep, and tosses somebody out.
I love it. I love it.
I will figure out how to get him back on the roster.
Oh, man. So we're both going solo on this.
Not what I expected, to be honest with you. I thought I was going to take out Grande.
So we have one different pick right now.
I really thought it was going to be a lot more different.
Which, that one different pick, if I get that, I think we're even, aren't we?
I think we're tied now.
No, you've got one on me.
I got one on you. You're right.
You got one. So if Roxanne wins it, I tie you up.
Yeah, we're going to get that one. We're both going to get that one wrong. It's going to be Stephanie Vakur.
It's going to be Stephanie Vakur. And neither one of us want to change our pick.
No. And I can definitely see this going this way. I can see Stephanie Vakur wins, John Cena and Logan Paul wins, Seth Rollins wins, and Becky wins, and we have one right.
Yeah. It'll be the worst prediction episode we've ever had.
That's what happened.
By the way, Legion, let us know how we're wrong, because all of these should have been what we just said.
Yeah, I mean, we know what we're about. But Legion, tell us what you think. Tell us where we're right. Tell us where we're wrong. Did we talk you into solo? Are we now just playing fourth dimensional chess the same way that they are, where it's like, oh, I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, that makes sense. Why else would solo be in this match? Tell us what you think. We'd love to converse with you. Like and subscribe. Please, it really helps us out.
All descriptions down below.
Share, tell a friend. If you don't have any friends, tell a stranger. And Steven.
As always, guys, tuck your chin when you bump.